My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We start the episode sat outside, or just above rather. I suppose that's a better description of our position. Yes, sat just above the passenger exchange that we have in Bridport. At the end of the last episode, as I was trying to do the outro, I noticed we had traffic issues here. And as you can see, a lot of our bums, no, try that again. A lot of our buses and trams, they've merged into one another. We can see one just clipping through one of our trams there. There's queues to get on platform, and there's all sorts of dramas here, which is holding everything up and having a detrimental effect on the city, because the traffic means nothing is flowing. As we look down this road here, just to the left there, we can see everything's been caught up here. Same down this way, and I imagine we're going to be much the same down here. Yes, we are. So we need to address this issue, and I think the easiest and simplest way is to put more platforms in. At the moment, I think we have 5 different services using this, 6 services using 3 platforms, and the waiting around isn't helping us here, so we need to perhaps just put some more platforms in on this exchange, and that should hopefully see us straight. Now, we can't put any at the minute because this road depot will collide, so if we just demolish the road depot, we can relocate it afterwards. That's not a problem. And we'll start off very quickly by putting an extra 3 platforms in at this exchange. Then each line can have its dedicated platform, and if we need to, we could also do some waypoint manipulation, so that the trams are going in one entrance and out of the other, rather than doing turnarounds in the station itself, which obviously doesn't help, and it causes some backlog as well. So the first thing we'll do is we'll set each service to its own individual platform, and if we look here, we can see which way they're coming in from. We have 2 that come in this way, and the rest all come in from this direction, as far as I can tell. Yes, 1, 2, 4 different colours there. So these 4 want to be on these 4 platforms. Well, at least these 5 platforms, I should say. There's 5 of them there. It does mean one of our services here may have to turn around or do a long loop around to get back out, but we can live with that. So let's go ahead and get this sorted now. I can't remember which colours were coming in which way. Can we have... No, we can't have them both open at the same time. Okay. So we want the blue, the green, the maroon, and... what's the other colour there? Can't quite see because the bus is in the way. I'm getting confused. Is it yellow? Perhaps yellow? We'll do it trial and error. That's going to be the easiest way to sort this out. So we have 2 services on platform 2. So one of them can go onto platform 4. We have 2 services on platform 3, so one of them can go onto platform 5, and that should be everything on its own platform now. Let's just make sure I put the right ones in there. Yes. The only issue is now is this maroon coloured one. Oh no, he just passes through the station here. He doesn't actually loop around. So what we could do is, if we just get the maroon line open, I believe it's bus service 02 that I'm looking for here. Let's just check that. If we just click on that one, is there a way to hide? Oh, we have the Douglas DC4 and the 4884 big boy train unlocked. That's obviously a cargo train. We could have a look at that in a moment. But first I want to address this issue and get this all tidied. In fact, while I'm doing this, no, don't pause that. I want to pause the date progression so we don't waste too much time and miss too many unlocks while we're trying to fix this little issue that we have here. Yes, it seems as though this line here, this sort of burgundy sort of coloured line, is using the station as a pass-through, and that's obviously going to add to increased traffic. So he's stopping at Main Road here, which is station number 2. Yes, and then he's heading over to, it says Main Street, but it looks like I'm getting very confused here as to, yeah, sorry, I was looking at that direction. So where do you come back? Sorry, just give me a moment here. extremely confused by this. So after the green, you go to North Road, then you come into the transfer, then you come out to Main Road. Yes. I don't see why. Am I going colourblind here? I am colourblind, so is it? Ah, it's bus service 3 hours looking for. Okay, forgive me. I am colourblind, so sometimes distinguishing between the various shades is a little bit awkward for me. Anyway, so after Main Road, he's going to North Road. So if we make him use this waypoint here after Main Road, then he will no longer cut through and use this as a pass-through, and that should alleviate a lot of our problems. What we can also do as well is the intercity bus. After coming in here, if we also make him use this waypoint, he no longer turns around in the station as well, and that hopefully will keep things flowing a little bit better and a little bit more cleanly. And the traffic issues that we have in Bridport should start to be alleviated now. We'll come back and check in it later. Let's get the date rolling once again. Half-time speed. Okay, so we had 2 unlocks there. One was an aircraft. So if we go to our airport, which is just here, and see if it's viable to swap our planes out for the newer ones. Let's have a look. So they're using the DC-3s at the moment. 206 miles an hour and carry 10. The DC-4 has an extra 20 miles an hour and also an extra 5 carry capacity, and it's also got fewer emissions, so it's probably worthwhile changing them. Why not? And then we also have the Coventry to Quintrell Downs, which could probably be changed as well. There we go. So now we have the Douglas DC-4s on the map. As I said, they've got higher capacity. They're a little bit faster, and that should help our rates and throughputs. Got a lot of uptake. I think this is a Quintrell Downs line here. Yes. It may be a case that we need an extra 1 or 2 aircraft on that line. However, with the increased capacity and faster travel speed, that may resolve itself naturally using these new aircraft that we've just provided. Another thing we also unlocked was the big boy locomotive. Let's just get our vehicle manager open here for a moment. Get the rail, deselect that. Which is one of our longer rail lines that could probably, or could justify using a big boy. Maybe the goods deliveries to the Boston Stockton interchange that we set up a few episodes ago up here. At the minute they're using the BRE94. Let's just have a quick look and we'll compare two and see if the big... Oh, not replace. That's what I want. There we go. So if we drop that off and add the big boy. So the big boy is £1 million a year more expensive to run. It is a lot more powerful though. Obviously the speed is irrelevant because the wagon speeds are limited to 50 miles per hour. However, if you look, this one is only rated at good, while the electric is rated at excellent. So perhaps we'll stick with the BRE for the time being, so we'll just cancel that. We'll not modify anything there. Perhaps on a future line we can use the big boy. Just thinking if we have any other long distance freight haulage lines where the big boy may be of service to us. Can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but I'll keep an eye out, and if we spot something, perhaps we can... Or maybe the steel... Perhaps the steel freight line. Steel to Morley Goods Factory. This is the one. Let's compare these. What are you using? You're using the AE47, so we'll select two so we can do a direct comparison between the two locomotives. So he's slightly slower speed, but faster acceleration if you look. And what's the price for the AE47? 1.4 million versus 2.8, so it's an extra $1.5 million there or thereabouts. So it is going to be more expensive running that train. So I think for now we'll leave it, but what we could do in the future is modify some of our freight trains and have fewer trains but bigger trains. running on the line. So rather than having 4, we could swap it to 2 and put extra carriages on, because the big boy could quite easily deal with an increased consist, an increased weight. So that could be a solution there. While I was at the airport, I noticed obviously Coventry's expanded even further now, and we have quite a few areas, especially over here and down here, where and over here in fact, where we have no public transport links to get people onto the network. So it's probably worth putting a new bus line in for Coventry to cover this area, and then one to cover perhaps this sort of area as well, and have them drop off at one of our main central stations where the passengers can get off one line and board another. Do we have any spare terminals here? No, we don't. We have some sharing, which is unfortunate, but it doesn't seem to be causing a problem for us there, so that's okay. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and put an extra bus line in for Coventry, and we want it to service down this area because this has no coverage at all, which is unfortunate. So we'll have him run down here. Do we have a stop here? No, we don't, but we can come this way. There is no stop on this side of the road, so we'll mirror that one there. And then he can just run down here. Mirror that. Where did we get to? We got to there. Down this little side street. And then you can just do a loop around here. Like so. And then head back the way you came. So we need a dual station there and there and there. No, I've gone the wrong way there. Oh, it's down this side street, that's right. So we need it there. That was doubled up, that was done, and then you can come back down this way. And just duplicate all these stops as well. In fact, you can probably run this way down on his way back and then just do a loop down here like that. Let's assign the line, set it up. So starting here, why not? It's as good a place as anywhere to start. What colour do we want? Let's go for a sort of dark blue colour. That'll do quite nicely. And then you're coming this way. And then we had you come this way. Yes. I don't know why you're opting to go all the way around there rather than just up there and down there, but that's what you want to do. Two stops in short succession there. It's fine. And then he went this way. And then did we have him? Yes, he came up here for the loop. Like this. Yep, and then back down. Hits all the same stops again, but in reverse. This is a very, very long bus service, but it's okay. Again, I really don't know why he's opted to take this route around, rather than just go straight up there. But if that's what the game wants him to do, then we'll leave it to it. And then you're coming back around this way. There. Yeah, so 28 stops on this, so it's a very, very long service. So we're going to need quite a lot of buses assigned to it. And what bus service number would this be? What do we have? We have up to... So this would be bus service 4, I believe. Perhaps even 5. We can verify and change it after if we need to. Bus service 04, Coventry. Yeah, we only have 4 as far as I'm aware. Yep, so bus service 4 it is. You need a good selection of buses here. I'm going to go for 15 just because it's such a long route. Might be a bit overkill. We might have some running empty. Paint the buses up, put them on the line, and away they go. And then we could have just a little bus service for this sort of area here and over, maybe just touching into this commercial up here. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll start down here. And you can run this way all along the bottom. Out to there. We have a bus stop there. You can use that one. And then after that one, if you head this way up the side street. In fact, are you better... No, we'll go this way. We'll go the streets. They can walk. I was thinking, should we have them swap over here? But this is fine. You can use that one as an exchange, and then you can come back down this way and then share a stop there and there. Then you can go down to that one, and then you can come back down this way, just down here, and then there's your completed circuit. So we'll get this one set up now. We'll have this one yellow. Oh no, we have a yellow there, so we'll not have yellow. We'll have this one green. Yeah, green will do. So let's assign this one. Hit all the stops that we've just put in. Yes, that seems to be reasonable enough. And this is bus service 05 for Coventry, so we'll name him up. There we go. Get some buses. Again, it was quite a long route. Probably don't need as many as last time, but I'll go for 10. Make sure you get the maintenance set to very high. It is inside the city centre. Put him on the line, and away they go. And that just provides extra public transport coverage for Coventry, which is going to help increase this number. As we can see it climbing already, which is excellent. Just check the stations in Coventry, see if we have any overcrowding. We do on Metro 01. That metro is a huge money sink, probably because we have too many trams in terms of demand. In fact, I think one thing we did unlock was new trams quite recently. Let's just double check that. Was it the Pittsburgh we got? I think it was. It is slower than the Type T1 and reduced capacity, so we'll keep it with the current trams. There's no need to change them out. Okay, so that's a bit of tidying up done. Hopefully it's going to have a positive effect. Before we get started on anything else, let's just check how Bridport looks now. Yes, that looks better. Obviously the trucks are getting caught up when buses are stopping at this bus stop, which is unfortunate. However, we can quickly change that using a waypoint there. And the trucks can now come down this way and hit the waypoint here before hitting Park Avenue. And that keeps them clear of this bus stop, which is what we want. Do we need more vehicles? No, we've got probably enough. We could probably put some more on later, though. Everything else is looking okay, so that's enough sidetracking. Let's head up to Boston and Stockton, because we need to get the fuel up to Boston now. No, we don't. Yes, we do. We set up the line, but we never actually set up the... Sorry, we set up the train line, but we never assigned a line to it, so we need to do that. That's one thing we do need to get done. So this is you fully loaded. You're only taking fuel. 1 minute wait time, so we don't have excessive waiting around on the platform. And you're going from Gillingham sidings up to here. Although we now have shared platforms, so we probably want to bring him off into this platform instead. Although saying that, we could just assign this one over to this one of these platforms, as he already has access, and that would be a quicker and easier way to do it. So we'll just do it that way instead. And this is fuel freight from Gillingham to Boston Stockton. Yep, perfect. We'll quickly swap this goods freight drop-off point to one of the other platforms. Manage the line. You can go on to platform number 3. That's better. And then the fuel freight can go on to terminal 1. And then we have a little bit less waiting around there, which is excellent. We need to set up a road delivery line as well to drop off the fuel into Boston. Let's just see where it is required within the city. Okay, so it's all on this sort of area here. We're not going to have complete coverage with just the one line or one drop-off point, unfortunately, so we're going to need 2 for this. And I say we go for 1 there, and then 1 here, and we'll have 2 lines delivering the fuel. I think we're going to have enough platforms to have 2. Yes, we do. We've got 2 spare platforms. So fuel delivery number 1 will go to there, like that, nice and simple. Don't care about being fully loaded and whatnot, but we do want to make sure you're only taking the fuel. So this is fuel delivery 01 to Boston. And then we want fuel delivery 02 to Boston. Oh, clicked the warning marker there. Didn't mean to do that. Again, don't care if he's not loaded to max capacity. As long as he's only taking fuel and nothing else, it's all good. There we go. We can assign waypoints at this point here, so there's no turning around on the platform. We'll do that in a few moments, but for now we'll get the vehicles up and running. So you can have the tank truck there. We have 2 lines. I think we go for 12, which would be 6 per line, which should be fine. Obviously, these do go into the city, so we need to do the maintenance, which is no problem. There we go. Now we can buy the train for the fuel delivery line. Do we have access onto this line? Yes, I think you'd have to go all the way around the houses to get in there, but you can get there, hopefully, without any issues. And I think just 1 train will be enough. It's not the longest run in the world. And I think we go for the BRE94. It tops out at 56, but our wagons only do 50, so that's largely irrelevant. And we want tank cars. We'll go for the one with the lower weight. And we'll say 168 should be more than enough. That keeps him at excellent rating. Yep. You don't need maintenance. You're fine for maintenance. Just get over there so we can actually see this line that we're wanting to run. There we go. He hasn't complained about not being able to find a route to his destination, so that's all good. So we'll quickly name this train. There we go. We'll have a quick peek at him as he's leaving the depot and heading onto the main line. A very nice looking train. Not sure about the colour scheme, however, he is easily identifiable, which is the main point of it all, so in that regard it's all fine. Yes, I'm happy enough with that. Looks pretty good. And that is now the fuel being supplied to Boston, or it will be as soon as things start to tick in and tick over, which is excellent. So that's these 2 cities fully taken care of. Gillingham, you require goods still, but that means everything south of Stockton has the goods it requires, even if not to the amount they're asking for. At least they have something being delivered. So we need to do Gillingham. I think Petersfield is covered, yes. Derby's covered, Macclesfield is covered, Ulverston is covered. So it is just Weybridge, Quinchville Downs, Haywood, and then Gillingham left to deal with. And then every city has a connection, and every city receives the trade goods that they are asking for growth. So at that point then it would be a case of line optimization and management, or starting a new series depending on what sort of date we're on, because I would like to get into sort of the modern era if possible. So in fact, to that end, we could probably set this to 1x speed once again and start accelerating through. We've had a long time in the Steam era now, so it's not like we're going to be missing out on that whole famous era in the history of rail travel. So that's fine. I'm comfortable with that now. One thing I'm going to do now, before we get started on anything else, is very quickly go to our line statistics and see if we have any. Oh my god, that's wow. That is a huge money sink there. The Stockton to Ripley shuttle service, as we saw in the last episode, is also a money sink. I don't know if this is a genuine money sink or if it is just because the trains are yet to make a delivery. Because they're still waiting up here to be loaded with goods. We did change their wait time, I believe, to just 1 minute, yes. Just check the consumers there. See, it's only calling for 72. So we've just oversaturated that line. If we just double check that at Boston. Nope, they do require a hell of a lot more. I think it's just the capacity of the factory that's the issue here. You can upgrade once more. You've got scope to produce a lot more, so I'm not sure. I guess it's the steel that's holding things up. But regardless, so that might pick up in the future. Just keep that pinned there. I want to look at these trains and see where they all are. You are just approaching the cargo hub, and you are 04. Have you made a delivery? Yes, because you've made 2 million, and you are on your way back. 02. You're on your way out there, but you have nothing on you, so you're going to operate at a loss. And the 01 train, you're on your way out, and again, you don't have any cargo, so this is going to be a loss-making trip for you as well. That's a little unfortunate, but it's... yeah, see, this is the problem. You either have trains running empty and not making a profit, or you have trains sat around doing bugger all waiting to get onto the platform at the goods factory. Well, we have new trucks, the Studebakers. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's pick our... where are they? Road vehicles, there we go. We'll pick on any, the tools delivery, for example. And let's see. So at the minute they're running the Sauras with the tarpaulin, which carry 11 and go at 37 miles per hour. The Studebakers carry 14 and go at 37 miles per hour, so that's an improvement. The tipper trucks, I think this is going to be an improvement across the board. Yes, it is. So we'll go ahead and very quickly swap out all our truck lines with these Studebakers because they are the superior truck. So we'll do that now. It shouldn't take too long. We can just do them all using this menu screen here. Tarpaulin truck, yes. Bus service, no, they don't need changing. We haven't had a new bus unlock yet. The tipper truck, you want the dump truck? Yep. In fact, what I'll do, I'll put a cut in at this point and I'll pick it back up once I've upgraded all of these trucks. We've seen it done a million times now. We know how to do it. And you're not really missing anything on this section. So I'll see you in a moment once I've got all this sorted out. Okay, so we're just about to upgrade our last ones, which are the wheat haulage trucks. There we go, and we are done. Let's go ahead and have a look at them on the road. Proper little dump truck that there. Heading off for a full load, hopefully, of grain to drop off to our food production factory here. That's all very good. We could probably do we have bigger ships for these? Let's have a look, shall we? Because they're not keeping up. We want cargo. They're only small, so they're not going to increase our capacity. What are you using at the moment? The Schaffhausen, which carries 130. You can't have the Vandal. Although, in fact, despite being small, you do have a higher capacity. So let's swap them all out for the Votrans towboat. It is a small ship, but it does have increased capacity, so it's worth doing. And it's probably worth exploring our other ships as well. So the brick shipping lines, could they be swapped out? I guess they could. So they either use the Klondike, which has 110, or the Schaffhausen, which carries 130. The towboat carries 175. You do carry bricks, so we'll swap those. And what we'll do afterwards, we'll have a look at the new ships on the river. We've just done that one. Fuel production shipping, you can have the tanker, yes. The fuel shipping can have the tanker as well. There we go. And the logging shipping can have the towboat. Sorry, just the regular towboat there. So that's a small fortune spent upgrading our ships, but the increased capacity should more than pay for itself in the long run. Let's have a look at one of them as he sails down the river here. As you can see, he's no longer got a full load because he has increased capacity. So despite being a smaller ship, he is a superior ship in terms of cargo space. So this was a worthwhile investment. There's our captain and first officer, although they both have their 5 stripes. That looks more like a naval rank system than a merchant marine rank system, but never mind. So that's another upgrade taken care of. It's been an episode of upgrading today. Obviously our sourdough trucks didn't see long service. They were soon replaced by the Studebakers. We've also upgraded our ships. And we were going to upgrade one of the big boys, but I didn't think it was commercially viable because it's such an expensive train to run. I didn't mean to click that, I wanted to click that. Okay, as we can see, if we just quickly pause it at this point. Oh, never mind. I thought this had started making money, that's why it wasn't at the top of the list, but it's because I had the visible lines only clicked, which was a problem. These, I think we only need one train running this line. No, we've got 4. Yes, I think you only need 2 running this line. I think we can sell 2 of those trains, and that'll get this a bit more profitable, hopefully. So let's just pick 2, any 2, doesn't matter. Sell them. Let's restart the game. You are... I think we've got too many trains here, to be honest. Because they're running empty at times, which is a problem, and it's only going to cause this excessive loss here to either stay as it is or get worse. It's certainly not going to get any better. Let's just sell 2 of them. I don't care which 2. They may be loaded. It doesn't matter. And that should bring this into a more manageable number. Coventry main line, it's just dropped into negative. Let's have a look at overall. It is touch and go there. Do we have a superior train that you could run? Probably not. I think it's just the amount of vehicles that we have and the fact we're paying high maintenance. And they are almost fully loaded the entire time. But let's just check. So at the minute you're running the PRR. Nothing goes fast, see, because it's a passenger line. Speed is quite important. So we probably want to keep that as it is and just live with the fact it's not always going to make us money. Continue playing the game. Machinery freight. Again, dude. Where are you? You are waiting to get onto the machinery platform. And you are on the platform. But you're just leaving. Again, it's just not taking a lot from here. And that could be the steel holding things up here. So is it worth looking at the steel shipping line from here? We have plenty waiting. Look at that. A lot waiting there. It's because we've only got the 1 train. Okay, this... what are you waiting for there? Oh, you're waiting to go onto your platform. What platform are you assigned to? I'm going to guess it's this one here. Let's just check that. Manage the line. Platform 3, yes, it's this one here. So yours being blocked off by other trains waiting for him to move on. Okay, let's manage this line. Are you waiting? Yes, that's a problem there. Set you to 1 minute, and that'll keep you flowing a little bit faster. And then once you're on platform, you have space to get on platform. You're a very old train. You could probably do with having a new train, if we're honest. Let's have a look. So what are you in at the minute? The A35. My God, you're old. Okay, let's change you out, shall we? To something a little bit better. Perhaps. The FD. It's decent enough speed and acceleration. I don't think we have the FD anywhere. It does look like a freight train to me. Again, it's only 53 miles an hour, but because our wagon's limited to 50, that's not really relevant. Doesn't really make much difference, but as we saw on his overview screen, his acceleration is pretty beasty. We just wait for this train to clear. In fact, let's just hop over him. There we go. Let's have a look at this FD wheel. As I said, I don't think we've had one of these on our network yet, so if this is the first one, it's well worth taking a few moments to admire him. Very nice looking train, quite beasty looking. Better speeds, better pulling power. So overall that's going to do good things for us. Now there is the question, are we better off having 2 trains running this steel delivery line? Quite possibly. So let's go ahead and duplicate him. There we go. We'll name his new sister train up. There we go. In fact, they also need to be coloured that steel sort of colour there. That's better. And that should get some of this shifted, because at the minute it's overflowing the station, which is unfortunate. We'll also manage the line so they're not waiting for too long of a time and blocking up the other steel trains from picking up what they're waiting to collect. We have no iron, but we have a delivery just arriving, so that's okay. We do have plenty of coal. What trains are the iron trains currently operating with? The MILWs. Is it worth swapping them out for something a bit more modern as well? Just while we're here. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. So you cost 2.2 million to run. The MILW costs... So it's only extra 200,000 for this. And I think he should be getting up to speed quite a bit faster. No, he doesn't. Well, he does medium and high, but on a flat, the MILW is a little bit faster. So we'll keep them as they are for now, because this is a relatively flat run between the iron ore mine and the steel mill. Do we have another iron ore mine nearby where we could have a supplementary road delivery like we did with this coal haulage line here? We have this one. We could have a bit of a mountain road through this little valley here and up to there, and have some trucks running all the way down here to top up iron. It should be a money maker. I think this line makes money. Yes, it does. Oh, it's very profitable. Oh, yes. So, yes, let's do that, I think. Just for something a little bit different. So, let's get our country roads. We'll have the, yeah, just the small, the medium size is fine. Don't care about tram tracks or bus lanes, obviously. And if we have you come out this way... What do we have now? The Bristol Freighter, the Alco PA, and the Alco PA PB. Have a look at those, see if they're worthwhile anywhere. So we'll connect this road up, and then I will take a look at those trains and see if they are worth investing in. There we go. Let's have a look, shall we? So you have excellent rating and you get up to speed in just 39 seconds. What are you? You are the BRE? Yes, you are. So you cost 1.1 million, you cost 1.8 million, so you're more expensive. That is a fast train. That's interesting. Not as good on the old power though, so I think it would negatively impact all this, so I think we'll stick to the BRE. What about the multi-unit version? Ooh, 2.2 million. Don't know why he's assigned him to the back of the consist rather than the front. That's a bit annoying. No, we'll keep it as it is. Where can we use it? Would he be any good on our mainline trains? He is faster. Let's just select two of them and do a side-by-side comparison. Again, you've stuck him on the end, which is annoying. You are a lot faster, but it takes you a long time. You're not going to get up to that speed. The distances are too short between our stations. I would like to put them on somewhere, though. Let me just have a think here. Where'd be a decent enough place to have them running? Maybe our steel? No, we've only just put the... maybe these ones would be... Because what do you have at the minute? You have the A47s. I don't think that's too expensive to run, actually. Let's just check that. AE47, where are you? 1.4. So you are cheaper, but you suffer. Yeah. I'll have a think off camera and decide where we can put that. For the time being, however, I think this is a decent enough place to end the episode. I'm going to end up Morley because in the next episode I'd like to get this public transport coverage sorted out in Morley, because much like Coventry and I suppose all of our cities, expansion has left large swathes of city without any sort of coverage. Yep, it's the same in most cities. Yeah. So I think in the next episode, what we'll do then is we'll go through all our cities and rejig the public transport system. And what I'm quite tempted to do is in Coventry, where we now have a huge mass of interacting lines, overlapping lines and traffic and all sorts, is I'm quite tempted to rip all the public transport out in Coventry, get rid of everything and relay it all to, to reflect the modern city that Coventry is. Because while we've tried to adapt and modernise, sometimes it is better just to blow it all up and start again and make it a lot better. So I think that's what we'll do in the next episode. We'll start with Coventry and then we'll go through all other cities and we'll address our mass transit issues and make sure we have modern systems that reflect the cities that they are now serving, because as we can clearly see, they're no longer keeping up. So yeah, we'll call it a day here, I think. All that remains for me to say in that case is take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-ta for now.